Hi guys, Coach Stephen Arnold here. Thank you for tuning in and watching my video. Today we're going to talk about nutritional strategies and some good strategies and some poor strategies, and why I like the strategies that I select and why I'm not a big fan of that if it fits your macros approach. Today we're going to talk about protein and the leucine threshold. So everybody looks at protein and takes into consideration their daily requirement. I need X amount of protein per day, so as long as I achieve that by the end of the day, everything is great. But what they don't understand is this leucine threshold and the benefits of achieving it or reaching it. So the leucine threshold, what is leucine? Leucine is an amino acid which is contained within proteins, and we need a certain amount of leucine to trigger the threshold. And once the threshold has been hit, we then achieve mTOR signaling around the body. So mTOR is chemical pathways that get sent around the body, signaling that we're in a place of abundance. We're in a position where we can grow muscle and lose fat, and everything is great. So go about building that new muscle. If we don't hit that leucine threshold, what happens is all those amino acids, proteins get broken down into amino acids, they float around the body, they get distributed, but mTOR is never signaled. So at the end of the day, if you achieve your protein goal, your protein intake goal, you will be in a net balance for protein, but you never would have got to a position where you've achieved or signaled mTOR. So you're not going to have achieved a position, you're not going to have many opportunities where your body is able to grow muscle and move forward. So when we talk about growing muscle, we're not talking about being a bodybuilder and getting on stage. Everybody has a better quality of life if they have more muscle. The more muscle that you have, and we're not talking about kilos and kilos and being a massive bodybuilder, but the more muscle you have, the more food your body requires. So the more food you can eat, the better you're going to enjoy your life, because you're not living on 1,200 calories. You can live on 1,600 calories and still be lean. You can carry your groceries around. You can get up and do your daily task in a better position. You can live a fuller, longer life if you have more muscle. So it's important that we achieve this. So what we're looking to achieve, depending on your weight, would be somewhere around 3.2 to 4.4 grams of leucine to activate this threshold. And that is achieved through, I've got some numbers here, these are just rough numbers. Beef, we want 40 grams of protein from beef, which would be about 140 grams net weight of the source. That would be enough to trigger the leucine threshold. Eggs, we want 37 grams of protein from eggs, which would be about 300 grams roughly. Whey protein, we need 27 grams of protein from whey, which would be a varied amount depending on the source, which one you use. That would be enough to trigger your leucine threshold. So if you were to adopt, let's just say, an inadequate or if it fits your macros approach, you might be having protein 6 times a day. And you might hit it here because you've had 50 grams, and then the rest of the day you might just have like 1 egg before you go to training, and then you get it all in and you squeeze it in before the end of the day. So you've only actually achieved muscle growth for this short period. Whereas if you have a structured meal plan, or you have some structure to your nutrition, and you make sure that you're hitting this, we can be in a position of muscle growth and mTOR signaling for the majority of the day. And that's the benefit from having a bit more structure or having the correct nutritional strategy to having an inadequate strategy. So some of that might have been over your head today and being a bit more than you want. Some of it might have been good for you. But what I'm trying to say is it's important to have the right nutritional strategies. We can all calculate a calorie deficit and go on a diet, but is it optimal? Is it what you want? Probably not. It needs to be a little bit more structure to it for you to get the right results. And if you are putting in effort, going to the gym, dieting, and making changes in your life, I personally would want to make sure I'm getting the best possible results. And I'm sure that you do too. So I'm just saying to you today that you can diet and you can achieve weight loss, that's great. But if you want optimal results and you want to get the best out of all your efforts, then a little bit of sense and a little bit of knowledge will go a long, long way for you long term.